Hello everyone, I'm Ladishani Dilroshi. Today I'm going to present my final year research project. The topic is metabolic profile testing of cattle fed with sugarcane. Actually, recently established dairy farms are facing up with shortage of quality forages for feeding their cattle. Therefore, in this context, farmers have experimented of different things such as discarded vegetables, banana stems and even pumpkin for their cows. When we talk about sugarcane is one such crop exploited for feeding their cows by few farmers. In this particular farm, sugarcane has been feeding as the main forage base for all categories of cows with few other supplements. When we talk about metabolic profile testing is the analysis of blood biochemical parameters, and also it can be used to detect the qualitative and quantitative adequacy of the feed given to dairy cows to achieve the expected milk production and good fertility postpartum. Since there is no data of plasma metabolites in cows fed with sugarcane, this project was designed to study the few common plasma metabolites that are used in routine metabolic profile testing in dairy cows. Let's move to the objectives. Objective of this project is to evaluate few blood metabolites that are routinely used in metabolic profile testing in cows fed with sugarcane. In here, 10 animals were selected from 3 distinct groups, namely fresh cow groups, late lactation group and dry cow groups. While chopped fresh sugarcane was the main ingredient of the diet, fresh cow group was fed with beer pulp, maize and commercial concentrate mix, and the late lactation group was fed with beer pulp, maize and urea, and also the dry cow group was fed with beer pulp and urea. Then the blood samples were collected from those 30 animals, and also farm records were collected from the farm database. Then paxil volume, glucose, total protein, albumin, beta hydroxybutyric acid, urea and blood urea nitrogen levels of the collected blood samples were analyzed. Then the statistical analysis was done to compare the mean values of the blood metabolites and got the p-values and check whether there is a significant difference between or not. Significant difference between the groups. Let's move to the results. These are the results of this project. These are the results. In this table included the results of early lactation group. As I mentioned earlier, they are fed with beer pulp, maize and commercial concentration mix and mainly sugarcane. You can see here they all were non-pregnant cows, and also the days in milk were also included in this table. This table included the results of late lactation group. As I mentioned earlier, they are fed with beer pulp, maize, urea and mainly sugarcane. And the dry cow group, the results of dry cow group were mentioned in this table. They are fed with sugarcane, beer pulp and urea. Especially you can see here the urea level is very low in this group because the normal urea level is almost about 25 milligram per deciliter. Then the calculated mean values of the blood metabolites were mentioned in this table. I think I should mention the normal values of the blood metabolites because it's easy to compare with these values. PCV, normal PCV level is almost about 24%, and the glucose level, normal glucose level, almost about in dry cow groups is almost about 51 to 74 milligram per deciliter, and also the fresh cow group was 42 to 68 milligram per deciliter. Then the total protein, normal total protein level should be almost about 7 in dry cow groups, and the fresh cow groups is almost about 7.5, and the albumin level should be almost about 3.3 in dry cow group, and the fresh cow group it should be 3.2, and also the beta hydroxybutyric acid level should be 0.3 millimole per liter, and also the urea level, as I mentioned earlier, it should be 25 milligram per deciliter, and also the blood urea nitrogen level should be almost about 4.75 milligram per deciliter. Not only that, but also you can see the statistical analysis results were mentioned here. You can see the p-values of the blood metabolites. Let's move to the discussion. Actually, according to the results, packed cell volume was significantly different between the groups and low in other two groups except dry cow groups. You can see here. Then the low packed cell volume in early lactation cows would result in reduction in milk production and would expose to cows to other infection, and also the glucose concentration was within the normal value only in late lactation group. You can see only in late lactation group, and also the low blood glucose concentration in dry and early lactation cows will stimulate mobilization of body fat to meet the energy demand, and this was indicated by increased beta hydroxybutyric acid concentration. You can see here increased beta hydroxybutyric acid concentration, and also plasma total protein levels were marginally low compared to normal concentration in all three groups. It is recommended to supplement sugarcane feed with some source of protein to rectify that deficit. In all three groups, albumin level was higher than the normal level. This could be the compensatory response to marginally low total protein concentration. And also beta hydroxybutyric acid level was within the normal level only in late lactation group and significantly different between groups. Urea concentration and blood urea nitrogen level also significantly different between groups. Only early lactation cows had normal plasma urea concentration, suggesting their ration is balanced with respect to protein. Only early lactation cows had normal blood urea nitrogen, indicating their ration is providing adequate protein source. And let's move to the conclusion. It can be concluded that sugarcane could be used as the main feed ingredient for dairy cows with careful supplementation of good protein source. It is worth to conduct metabolic profile testing of these cows to fine-tune the ration. These are the references of this project. And this is the acknowledgement. Thank you.